What's up, everybody? It's your boy Incad here with another Incad reviews and reaction. And let's look at what happened for match 20 of the English Premier League. So I'm gonna state the results of some of the games that went out throughout this week, and we'll discuss the standings, and we'll also discuss Chelsea's new manager, because this was a very big week. We learned Frank Lampard was sacked, and Thomas Tuchel. I don't know how to really pronounce his last name. I have to go hear it. But he came in, so we'll discuss the match. I didn't really get to watch a lot of the matches themselves because here in the States, we're working, so the matches are actually around 1 p.m., so a lot of people are still at work. But I did watch the highlights of a lot of the games, and we'll discuss on that. Let's get into it. So for match week 20, we had Newcastle versus Leeds United. Leeds won 2-1. Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 3. Southampton 1, Arsenal 3. West Brom 0, Man City 5. Man City have won all 5 games so far, so that's how they've climbed up. And we'll talk about the standings later. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. I watched the highlights. I'll give my opinion of what I thought. Burnley 3, Aston Villa 2. Brighton 0, Fulham 0. Manchester United 1, Sheffield United 2. That was a big win for Sheffield United. Everton 1, Leicester City 1. Tough game. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3. That was also a tough game, but Liverpool, I believe, were able to score goals after the second half, because I think Tottenham's formation or they added new players second half, which kind of opened them up, and Liverpool took advantage of that. So from the results of this week's match, Man City is first with 41 points. They've won the last 5 games, all of them. Manchester United with 40. Leicester City with 39. Liverpool with 37. So that's the top 4. Still a big race. West Ham with 35. They're 5th. 6th place with Tottenham, 33 points. Everton 7th with 33 points. Chelsea 8th with 30 points. So Chelsea finally break into the 30. They're not gonna win the title, but I hope they can do enough to reach the Champions League qualification. Arsenal is 30. Arsenal is doing well. They won 4 and tied 1 of their last 5 games. So I remember in the beginning season they struggled. They were 16th place, but they've done well and are now 9th place. I believe they are still contenders for 4th place or Europa League. So we'll watch out for them. And Aston Villa is 10th place with 29. I only say the top 10, but they're tied with 29 with Southampton, who are 11th. So the tables in the Premier League always look different every season, so that's why I love the Premier League. But let's get into it. So we heard the big news this week that Lampard was being sacked and that Thomas Tuchel was the new manager. And I watched the highlights of the Wolves versus Chelsea game. We could see the tactical level at which an experienced coach can bring to a team. Within the highlights, I could see our passes were better. They were connecting. It was a really unfortunate game for Chelsea because we had the upper hand, the possession. We had more shots, but it just wouldn't go behind the net. It was good to see Hudson-Odoi. He played him where I would think Reece James is usually, but I guess he wanted to use Hudson-Odoi's speed on the right wing. So he played more of a left back, but on the wing side. So kind of helping in defense. So it was 5 in the back, and of course Chilwell was on the other side. A lot of people mentioned that Havertz did better, and I saw in the highlights he was really putting a lot of effort. He was running through people. He was showing speed. He was showing a lot of enthusiasm, which was good to see. I believe Werner didn't play. Giroud has some chances. Giroud is Giroud. He's doing well. But the team as a whole looked great with the passes, with the connections. It's just that we didn't score. But that is what I wanted to see, even with Frank Lampard. Even if we tied or lost, I wanted to see the whole team put their A game, try hard, and even if they lost, I knew they did everything. I just didn't want to see us like a mid-level team the way we played, and we lost terribly, or we lost through like stupid mistakes, or we lost because we just weren't at the level of the other teams. So it was good to see that. I look forward to seeing what Thomas Tuchel does with the team. I know it's going to be a very fast and attacking team, just like he did with Borussia Dortmund and PSG. And I'm really excited to see the level in which he can increase Chelsea from that of Lampard's level. Another thing, I watched a lot of the highlights of all the games, and I did notice Jack Grealish from Aston Villa. This guy is really, I mean, I watched the highlights. Wow, this guy is on a good level. That's why he's part of the English team, or the England team. Man, that guy can play. Even though they did lose to Burnley, they had a lot of chances too, Aston Villa, in that game from the highlights. And Jack Grealish really, really showed up, and he kind of showed out and was like, wow, this guy has a lot of potential. And I do see him, if injuries or anything doesn't get in the way, I do see him being in a top level team in the coming years. Everton versus Leicester City, that was a tough game. And I watched the Tottenham versus Liverpool game. That was very tactical, but Jose Mourinho lost right in the second half. They opened up, and things just went Liverpool's way. They did have a couple. I think the second goal, or the first goal they had, it was a quick it was like a pass, and then Holberg, I think, kicked it from far, and it kind of moved away, curled away from Allison. So that was a good goal. But Liverpool showed them, like, they've been unfortunate these weeks with the losses and ties, but they showed out for this match. So that was good. But I do look forward to the other games. Let's see what's going on next week. So tomorrow, Saturday, Everton Newcastle. This would be a test for Everton. Crystal Palace and Wolves. This would be a good game, but a test for Wolves. They've lost a lot of points. I think they have 23 points, and they are sitting. They're not even. Whoa, Wolves are sitting at 13th place. Hopefully they can do well and get a Europa spot, but I believe this season is very competitive. You have Man City, Sheffield United. We all know Man City's on form. De Bruyne is injured, but Gundogan showed out that game when I watched the highlights. This guy was going crazy. So it's good to see that even with De Bruyne injured, these guys can still have a person that they can count on, especially in the attacking midfield. West Brom versus Fulham. Arsenal versus Man United is a game that's going to be good. It's going to be a very attacking game. It's going to be a lot of space open. I don't think anybody's going to be holding back or playing defense. This is going to be a very, very aggressive game. Southampton, Aston Villa, that's going to be a good game. Chelsea versus Burnley, 7 a.m. Well, Eastern time. I'm not going to mention the times. So Chelsea versus Burnley, this will be a great game. Burnley is doing well this season, but this will be a test for Chelsea to see what Tuchel does. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. We have Leicester versus Leeds United. West Ham versus Liverpool. That'll be a good game. Brighton versus Tottenham. So those are the games that are coming up. I look forward to them, especially the Arsenal versus Man United game and the Chelsea versus Burnley game. To see how the new coach, because he had a little bit of time and they were playing well. So that means that Lampard and his squad or squad of coaches were not experienced enough, because he came in and in 2-3 days before the match he made the whole team look like they're a top level team. So I don't hate Lampard. I don't he's a legend and everything, but coaching wise he needs more experience. He can come back, but he needs to just go around, be an assistant coach if he wants, be a head coach of like lower level leagues and work his way up to see how these tactics works, how to make a team a top level team. Yeah, I feel like he was rushed. People were like, give Lampard the end of the season. I no. If Tuchel can come in and do this much in 2-3 days, and Lampard has had all that, no. I don't agree with people. Let me know what you guys think. If Lampard should have had the end of the season, with the team to work out his plan, but I disagree. I think Lampard he might have done something, but it would have been disastrous, especially for the business. Remember, there's a lot of business aspects in a football club, especially a top level football club. There's money involved, there's levels involved, there's popularity involved, there's people involved. So even if Lampard did reach that level he wanted, it would have been at a late stage that the team would have been hurt. I feel like if Lampard was still there, Chelsea by the end of the season would have missed a Europa League spot and a Champions League spot. So I believe this is what the club was seeing too, and they just made the big decision that Lampard needs to go and we need somebody who's experienced that can bring tactics and a level that Chelsea needs to be just to get one of those spots, because it's still money. If they weren't in any of those spots, they're losing money. So the money aspect is involved in the game. But let me know what you guys think of the games coming up or any of the games that were played. What are your thoughts on it? And who do you guys see winning the Premier League? It's a very tight competition this season, and I love it. And let me know what you guys think of the new Chelsea manager. Let me know what you guys think of any of the teams that you guys have, and let's have a discussion. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share my channel. And Ink out.